Hello scale modelers from YouTube and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to reveal my Ukraine memory appreciation build, showing my deep solidarity with the Ukrainian people. Unfortunately, the Russian invasion of Ukraine continues, along with thousands of deaths of innocent people and the destruction of cities. Nobody knows when this war will end, but the humanitarian tragedy is already a certainty. This idea for the Ukraine memory appreciation build has been launched in the NYS Modeling YouTube channel. Like I said in the entry video, I choose to build this Volkswagen Beetle from the 60s as one of the top 5 most popular car brands in Ukraine, and it was painted with the colors blue and yellow for honor the Ukrainian flag. The model kit is from Revell Monogram Nº 857143 in 1/25th scale, with the building difficult defined as moderate for a skill level 2. The manual sheet includes the indication of the used symbols in the instructions, as well as the used colors to paint the model kit. The building process is divided into 7 main phases, as follows. For the body assembly phase, first it was necessary to clean the mold lines and the flash from all the parts, and I can tell you that this kit has many flash and mold lines. I painted the main body with gray primer. After that, I masked and painted the yellow areas on both sides. Then, I masked and painted the blue color, and made the chrome trim around the windows, using metal foil. For the doors and hood lines, as well as in the grills, I used black panel line accent color. Finally, I assembled all the other chrome parts. The clear parts, like the headlights and windows, were not assembled at this phase. I assembled them only at the end, after placement of the decals and the clear coat. In the chassis assembly phase, I glued all the indicated parts, less the front and rear shocks. Then, I painted these assembled parts with black primer. The bottom of chassis, I dry brushed it with silver paint to highlight the details, and the interior floor area, I masked and painted with light sand. The front and rear shocks were painted yellow and silver, then assembled to the chassis. The dash/interior assembly phase is very simple, because there are few parts to be assembled. The detail of the dashboard is okay, but unfortunately, there are no interior details for the door panels. I didn't install the optional tachometer. The kit comes with some extra parts for a drag or custom version, but as I built it stock, these extra pieces will go to my parts box for future projects. In the engine assembly phases, I tried to use different colors, in order to have some contrast between the various components of the engine. I assembled the engine main block parts, and painted them with magnesium. Then, I glued it to the engine housing, that was painted previously with black primer. The distributor was painted hull red, and the heat riser tube was painted aluminium. The air cleaner, the intake manifold, and the fuel pump were painted semi-gloss black. The title of the instructions manual for this phase is Interior Assembly Continued, but this is an error. Obviously, it should be Engine Assembly Continued. Saying that, and continuing with the engine assembly, I painted the fan housing and the firewall with black primer. Then I dry brushed them with silver paint to highlight the details. The coil was painted dark blue with its fixing strip painted silver. The generator was painted glossy black. The fan belt was painted flat black, and the pulleys, the generator support, as well as the left and right heat duct hoses, were painted silver. Finally, the transaxle was painted with magnesium. In this wheel/interior assembly phase, I used the front and rear stock seats that were painted with light sand, like the interior floor, and installed them into the chassis. The optional bucket seats and the roll bar for a drag or custom version also go to my parts box. I painted the inner wheels with aluminium and the outer wheels with yellow, like the yellow area of the main body, and with the chrome hubcaps. This is the final assembly phase. Again, I didn't use the optional parts, like the empty camber compensator, as well as the front and rear skid plates. The exhaust manifolds were painted silver, and the muffler was painted with semi-gloss black. In the chrome exhaust tips, I drilled with a fine drill the tips, and painted the inside of the holes flat black. Then, I installed all these components at the back side of the engine, as indicated in the manual. I glued the license guard to the deck lid, and painted it blue, like the main body. To finish the body, I installed the side mirror, as well as the front and rear bumpers. Instead of the decal with the Volkswagen symbol on the top of the hood, I used a photo edge that I had in my parts box. I also made the front windshield wipers, because they were not provided with the kit. After this, I placed the decals, and to seal them, I clear coated with acrylic gloss varnish. After dry, I installed the clear parts, headlights and windows, using Mod Podge. Then, I glued the body to the chassis, and the build is finished. So, let's see it. Conceived in pre-war Germany of 1930s, the Volkswagen Beetle was Dr. Ferdinand Porsche's vision of a people's car. Little did he realize to what extent his dream would become reality. By the time the turbulent late 60s rolled around, the countercultural hippie movement had adopted the car as its mascot, and it truly became the people's car once again. Here was the perfect vehicle for a movement that despised materialism, high-priced status symbols, and anything to do with the establishment. It was great on gas economy, and it didn't have to drive fast. And if it wouldn't start with a key, all you need were 2 or 3 people to push it to a downhill slope, and could pop it into gear, and off you went. The only thing it lacked was a good ventilation system, in case the interior started to fill up with fumes, legal or otherwise. The Beetle also became a great canvas for personal expression, and many a would-be artist either painted it to look like an American flag, or covered it with peace symbols. Those who weren't artistically inclined could purchase a load of brightly colored Ricky-Ticky stickers, and presto, their bug was a rolling, psychedelic flower garden. With all this background, it was one of main reasons why I chose this Beetle model for the Ukraine Memory Appreciation build, as the idea was to paint it with the Ukrainian flag colors, blue and yellow, and the provided decals, with flowers and peace symbols, also fit quite well in the main theme of this build, peace and love for Ukraine. I am really happy with the result, even if this model kit is not very detailed, and as I already said at the beginning of this video, the kit has many flash and mold lines that need to be cleaned. But it is what it is, and when you build an old kit like this, you have to expect that, and it is also part of the model building process. In any case, it was a very nice kit to build, and I hope you all like it. Thank you to all my subscribers, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and comment down below with any question or feedback. Thank you for watching, and as they say in Ukraine, Slava Ukraini. See you in the next video, wishing all the best for Ukraine and begging whoever has the power, please stop this war.